All right, guys, welcome back to the show. Let me know how the audio is. First things and foremost, get that out of the way. Somebody says I'm a little late. It's my show. I'm never late. I'm never late. You're kind of out with me, so I can't really be late, you know. But anyway, I love the criticism to start off a Friday. It's Friday the 13th. There's a lot going on today, and I don't know about you, but I am losing. I can't watch mainstream media anymore. I can't, or news media anymore. I cannot watch it. Mainstream news media has become an absolute joke, in my opinion. And there's so many like news outlets, video, X, YouTube channels, people like myself that are much better than I am, that I feel like are doing so much better than the actual news media. Now, I will say this. I don't know what we really should believe anymore. I don't know what we should believe. You saw the front page or you saw the thumbnail. There is now a story, and I don't even know if I want to try to pay attention. I want to try to pay attention. This is a story coming out of the Daily Mail. Epstein jail guards used a fake body to trick the media waiting outside the prison while the real corpse was loaded into a van unnoticed. Now, look at this. Files claim. That's the two most important words here. Files claim. Which means you don't really have to provide any proof. It's the Candace Owens method. Jail guards overseeing Epstein's body. There's no facts with this saying they used a decoy body. But even if they did, why wouldn't you distract the news media? Are you seeing outside of this Nancy Guthrie's house? How easily are they distracted? According to an internal memo, a jail supervisor told FBI agents that staff at the Manhattan Metro Correction Center staged the ruse amid an intense media presence following his apparent deletion. The files allege boxes. Here's the other word: allege. The files allege. I want to see how many times the word alleged is used here. ALLEG. They use the word allege 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So is this something we can run with fact on? And do you even care? I don't know if I can even make myself care about this. The alleged deception was carried out after an official warned guards about a large number of journalists. I think I'm okay with this. I think I'm okay with them doing this. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe button on the channel. It really helps a lot. I always turn on subscriber mode because it gets rid of the trolls. Watch the trolls disappear. Or if they're really committed trolls, they have to subscribe to the channel to be trolls. Somebody says bananas and rice. Yeah. Guys, I don't know what to believe anymore, but I'm not sure if I believe the Daily Mail. I don't know if I'm going to believe the Daily Mail, right? All this happened last week. I tried to tell you about the white band that pulled up. A white band? That looks like a black van. And a band would be a bunch of musicians, Todd Daly. This is a van. You said band with a B, like Guns N' Roses, like Metallica. like Tom Petty. Nice work, dude. Nice work. Nice work. But look at this. Uh-oh. He's in a jumpsuit, right? The daily spam. But here's more of the documents. Here they are, right? David C., thank you for joining the channel as a member. Somebody says the Inquirer was on top. Man, I got to fix my hair. I didn't comb my hair this morning. Make sure you let me know in the chat what your gas prices are too. Because yesterday I filled up. It was like, I put gas in my old truck. It was like $2.29 is where I got gas yesterday. But we're seeing this. I don't know how much of a distraction I can take anymore. I am so fed up with the distractions. I really want some just real news, and I don't even know where to get it anymore. I feel like I have to watch my own show to cut through some of the BS. Make sure you put in the comments, where do you get real news? Because I'm a consumer that just talks about it. Let me know. Let me know where you get real news, because I need some help. I'll tell you what else I need some help with is saving some money. I saw yesterday a lot of gas prices I'm seeing there. I'm needing to save some money on gas. Now, I want to show you something right here. You can see up at the top of the screen one of my sponsors for my channel. And I'm launching a new initiative on this channel. It's simple. For all of you on Medicare, put some money back in your pocket. Give yourself a little extra cash. And help me raise money for a veterans charity. Through my partnership with Chapter up top, this audience has already saved $172,000. I'm going to update that. It's more than that now. It's like 180. And this is just by making sure folks were in better Medicare plans. Now, the goal is to save you $500,000 by the end of the year. That's the goal. And if we hit the goal, Chapter up top is going to donate $10,000 of that savings to my charity that I help. Well, I don't know if it's a charity. I need to get it registered because I'm sending guitars to veterans. I'm mailing out another one this morning. They're going to help me with the guitars for vets, $10,000. So if you're on Medicare or you're about to be, give these guys a call. There is a better plan out there, and they're going to help you find the right one. And I'm going to help you put money back into the hands of, or you can help me put some money back into the hands of veterans that need it. So just give them a call, 332-867-1305. That's the sponsor for the channel. And they do great work. They saved my in-laws they saved my mom, about $140 a month. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I don't even know some of you, but I would love to save you all some money. Now, the entire Epstein debacle. Now we've got a doctor coming out saying the post-mortem was strangled, not hanged. Do you believe this? Do you believe that he was killed, or did he do it himself? Huh? I see a lot of comments over there on some good news pages. I need to write these down. Thank you so much. Newsmax. I like Newsmax. Yeah. That's a good one. But do you believe that this guy deleted himself? There's a lot of blankets there on the floor. I mean, it looks like there could be some whatever there. I wouldn't have cared if he drowned himself in the toilet. Do you really care? Does it matter how he died? Because I believe a lot of people would have wanted him to get the death penalty anyway, right? Has Fox News turned into Nancy Guthrie TV? 97% say yes. 97% of you say it. Here, let's put a poll in the chat. Right here. Do you care how he died? Yes, I have to know. No, he is gone. Well, let's go with a third one. I wanted him to live forever in prison. How many of you wanted him to live forever? Right? How many of you wanted to live forever on the taxpayers' dime? I think somebody saved us some money. There's a lot of guys that says he's still alive. Okay. Now the White House is in on Guthrie. Sweet Caroline is on now. Oh, cool. Okay. I'm okay with all this. I'm really kind of okay with the guy being gone. Somebody says he's not dead. Okay. Right. Okay. He's alive. Where's he at if he's alive? Where's he at? Is he in Saudi Arabia? Because that seemed like the passport that he had. Are there people that really believe this guy is alive? Okay. Let's go here. Right here. Somebody saying the pics are fake. Right? Look at these pics. Do you care? I just don't know if I care. Horrifically bloated face. One of the pictures, deep red cuts to his neck, makeshift noose. Other photographs show. Oh, okay. Looks pretty gone there to me. That looks real. I'm no pathologist. Are you more worried about Epstein's death being faked or a guy that was president being faked? Right here. Which one did the most damage to America? I think having this guy in there could have been the most problematic. I'm more worried about what this guy did or who this guy was. This is what I'm more worried about. That's what I'm more worried about. Do you care how he died? Yes, I have to know. 16% has to know. 80% don't care. He's gone. 4% of you wanted him to live forever. Immortal.
You can't tell me this is normal. Look at his forehead. This is bullshit. That's a mask. That's a skin mask. It ain't normal. Look at it.
Are you more worried about this guy being fake or that guy being alive? Right? I think I'm more worried about the damage that the fake guy did to America. There's a lot of people that are falling into a trap right now with the news. And I want to show you this. I really think that you need to see this. I ran across this.
So have you ever wondered why your niece or your next door neighbor or that crazy woman at your kid's school is buying all of this left-wing garbage and sounds like an MSNBC bobblehead every time they open their mouth? Here's why. More than 140 million people use the Apple News app every month, making it one of the most popular news apps in the world. So it matters what stories go on it. We at the Media Research Center analyzed more than 600 articles featured in the Apple News morning editions in the month of January, which is one of the app's most high-traffic time slots. Of those, 440 were from left-wing rags, like the AP, NBC, the Washington Post, and the New York Times. All of them painted the Trump administration's foreign and immigration policies negatively. Not one single article from a right-leaning outlet or perspective like Fox News or the New York Post was featured. Not one. In fact, as of Monday, Apple News had gone 96 consecutive days without featuring a single story from a conservative news outlet on its top stories. The last one was on November 5th when they ran a piece from The Telegraph about the civil war in the Sudan. This is why millions of Americans don't know about things like the violent criminal aliens being arrested by ICE or the true impact of voter fraud and think that there's evidence that Donald Trump abused children contained in the Epstein files. There's not, because millions of Americans rely on big tech to supply them with their news, and all they're getting is left-wing propaganda slop, and they're buying it.
There you go. Now, the app she's talking about can be deleted from your phone, which is very easy to do. Just delete it. It's a simple app. Everybody freaks out. I don't use iOS. I love Apple. The Apple phone that I have it trained. Well, number one, I deleted everything on it that was proprietary to the system, and then put it all. I had a friend of mine that's like this tech guy, put all the stuff on there so I'm not tracked. Basically, it is a shell of itself. Some of you may know how to do that. Some of you may not. But do you understand you're being played? A lot of you do. A lot of you understand that you're just being played. Dave, new member. I always try to get 5 new members. Today's Friday the 13th. I would like to get 10 new members on the channel today. 10. Chris, we have a troll. Feel free. Let me know who the troll is in the chat. Chris, let me know who the troll is. I use the Brave browser is what I use. Worth speed, legacy media or distractions. Wait, what? Mark decision. B4911 plus Nancy plus knit mask equal weird. You're speaking in code, dude. Nice work. Thank you. If Columbo was on the Nancy case, Mark would be. Really? Okay. Columbo. Columbo was a TV show. You know that, right? This is Magatard. Okay, cool. I don't know who the actual troll is in the chat, but please feel free. Let me know. Brave, nothing's perfect. Nothing's perfect, including the people that are in the chat. No one is perfect. I'm not perfect. But I want to tell you something right now. If you think that we are losing, we're not losing. You got all this Epstein blackmail stuff that's coming out. You have the Diddy blackmail stuff that's coming out. The Weinstein op, Podesta. We have Peter Nygard. He was the Canadian Jepstein. You have all these bad people that have died. Benjamin Rothschild, Evelyn Rothschild, Jacob Rothschild, William Rothschild, Nathan Rothschild, David Rockefeller died. Henry Kissinger died. Queen Elizabeth died. Prince Philip died. Silvio Berlusconi died. The previous pope died. The Cheney dynasty, dead. The McCain dynasty, dead. The Bush dynasty, dead. So if you think we're losing, think about that. President Trump has put in place 3 Supreme Court justices, overturned Roe versus Wade, constitutional carry has been protected, religious freedoms secured, affirmative action overturned, climate change agenda just halted, the EPA, the Ohio EPA, we've got cleaner and safer streets, federal power is getting weakened, and the 4th branch of government is being destroyed right now. It's called the deep state. American children have just went from 70 vaccines to 11. Trump has just banned institutional investors from buying up all the homes, you know, BlackRock. The United States has left 66 organizations that push global agendas. United Nations, NATO, there's a laundry list of others. We have been withdrawn from the World Health Organization. We are withdrawn from the pandemic treaty. Big Pharma has been exposed. Adrenochrome exposed. The American spirit is reignited. Big tech has been exposed. Biolabs have been exposed. BLM is exposed. People now understand what chemtrails are. The election results exposed. Things in our food we're figuring out. The JFK files. Massive amounts of resignations of rhinos. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz. People now understand what the term Operation Mockingbird is. People are waking up every day worldwide. People are understanding that schools are the problem. Planned Parenthood defunded. Warmongers have been exposed. And I'll tell you right now, we are the news now. We are the news. So anytime anyone says that we're losing, go back and watch this, because we are winning. The hunters have become the hunted. That's what I think. I think we have them on the run. They know it. Their last move is being shown. I would say we're in the chapter of Revelation for the cabal, for the deep state, for the Clinton Foundation. That's the last dynasty to fall. That is the last dynasty to fall. What about the Eastern NWO? No idea. No idea what that is. No clue. If it's in Europe, I hate to say it, but it's not here. Z Magic, thank you for becoming a member. We need new members on the channel. Always try to get 10 every show. Shelly Shavers, thank you very much for the veterans. Thank you. Shelly Shavers. Somebody got upset yesterday about me talking about Chuck Connors. Larry Adams, I think he said that he was Chuck Connors' son. Larry, are you in the chat? Love to talk to you. Nathan, 5 memberships gave away. Biker, Jepstein's alive and probably at Bohemian Grove with Q. They're probably having margaritas. Jeff Swearigan, thank you very much. At home with Tom and Rhonda. I love watching the libs freak out with every Patriot win. Even Schumer can't stop the SAVE Act. Tom and Rhonda and everyone else that's donated $10 and above, $10 and above super chats always get.
And can an amen and a boom shakalaka go right there?
Thank you very much. We're winning, guys. The hunters have become the hunted. Is there more to do? Of course there's more to do. Of course there is more to do. I want to show you something here I ran across that is very interesting. How many of you live or know anything about what's occurring in Germany? Right?
Right now, most of us feel discomfort when we think about this scenario. And most of us feel discomfort when we think about pedophiles. But just like pedophiles, we are not responsible for our feelings. We do not choose them. But we are responsible for our actions. And we must make a decision. It is in our responsibility to reflect and to overcome our negative feelings about pedophiles and to treat them with the same respect we treat other people with. We should accept that pedophiles are people who have not chosen their sexuality and who, unlike most of us, will never be able to live it out freely if they want to lead an upright life. We should accept that pedophilia is a sexual preference a thought, a feeling, and not an act. We should differentiate between child sexual abuse and pedophilia. We shouldn't increase the suffering of pedophiles.
Should we respect their feelings? That's a good one for you. That is crazy. Strict Hydra. This guy has no clue. Can't see the forest for the trees. I'll help you. Maybe I'll see the forest better with you out of my way. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Goodbye, Strict Hydra. Flush. What do you think about this? This is in Germany. Merjam Hein, a German doctor, is telling people at this conference that it's our responsibility to respect the feelings of these people. Holy crap. Wow. So it begins, the flush. Yeah, absolutely. If you come in and insult me, it's Friday the 13th. I don't have time for your BS today, right? Front towards the enemy, right? That's exactly a lot of the people in the chat are and the enemy of common sense. That's what I think. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, I got a bunch of new 8-tracks. A lot of people, I had like 8 new 8-tracks mailed to me yesterday. So yeah, I'm going to be jamming with some 8-tracks today. I got to go to the feed store. I got to buy chicken feed and horse feed today. What do you think about that? Should we respect should we respect the pedos? Are we supposed to respect them? Should we respect the PDFs? I'm sure somebody in the chat's going to vote yes. Somebody in the chat is going to vote yes. I feel a yes vote coming on. There we go. Let's go here. I can't believe this guy has finally come out and woken up. He's got a little common sense lately. 8 magic track. Yeah, I got a bunch of new 8-tracks in the mail. I'm going to be jamming with them today.
I got to tell you something, and this is going to piss people off.
Ooh.
Trump did not create this problem.
Ooh.
He shouldn't have been friends with that guy. But by most accounts, he got out when the Mar-a-Lago thing or whatever. Trump didn't start this fire. He's got problems with his own association. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying criminal ones, but certainly questions of perception and judgment. And maybe more if you look at the allegations. But this has been going on for a long time because nobody ever gave a rat's ass about the survivors. This has always been about political advantage, and it still is. We'll be right back.
I can't believe Chris Cuomo just said this. Fredo, I have to give Fredo.
Amen. Hallelujah. And a boom shakalaka.
A boom shakalaka. Fredo said this is nobody ever gave a rat's butt about the survivors. This has always been about political advantage. Wow. There you go. Full blown in your face, the devil in disguise and his soldiers. We have 4% of the audience in my show right now say we should respect people attracted to children. Would you debate someone on Q if they came on your show? Absolutely. I would love to. It wouldn't be a debate. I would like to learn more about Q. I would love to learn more about this ideology. 5%. It's growing. Oh my God. I love this. PDF is pedophile. 5% of you have voted that you respect them. Wow. I am blown away. I'm kind of disgusted, actually. I'm sure the same people would love this guy.
Whistleblowers came to you as early as 2019. Let's look. As early as 2019, whistleblower. Don't talk over me. As early as 2019, it's my hearing, pal. As early as 2019.
Don't call me
whistleblowers came to. Well, I should call you prisoner because you ought to be in jail.
Well, we'll see what you can do about it.
Then there was Republican Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin, who also got into a heated exchange with Ellison, this time about signal chats being used by anti-ICE agitators to coordinate in Minnesota. Ellison said he's aware of those chats, but they're just freedom of speech.
I freely admit being in favor of the First Amendment.
And 2 people are dead because you encouraged them to put themselves into harm's way. And now you're exploiting those 2 martyrs. A tragedy was going to happen, and you encouraged it. And you ought to feel damn guilty about it. Smirk. It's sick. It is despicable.
Are you asking me for comment, Senator? Because everything you said was untrue. It was a nice theatrical performance, but it was all lies.
And Republican Ohio Senator Bernie Moreno also had a clash with.
I think this is crazy. I'm very disturbed by this, though. 5% of you respect the pedos. I am a little upset by this. The fireworks on Capitol Hill, that gave me a little more faith in Josh Hawley, because I lost it for a while with old Josh. I don't know about you, but I lost some faith in Josh Hawley, and now I seem to. I'm back on the Hawley train. Let's go. Let's go here. Let's go here. Is attraction to children and illness? Let's go there. Man, I can't believe so many people are vote. I can't believe 5% out of 600. So that's probably 60 people. Well, 30 people voted yes to that. Wow. Josh Hawley's back on. I helped Josh Hawley get elected. I went and knocked on doors for Josh Hawley. I literally went and knocked on doors in Springfield, Missouri for Josh Hawley.
Now that the Save America Act has passed the House, can we count on you to support it in the Senate?
I'm looking at it. The House made some significant changes. For example, you would not have to prove citizenship every time you vote. That's a good change. Makes sense to have a requirement the first time when you register, but not every time. I've long supported voter ID. There's some issues on what are federal and what are state. So I'm still this is a work in progress, but I've got to go to the health committee.
Thank you. Now that the Save America.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with her either. That's Collins up in Maine refusing to support the SAVE Act. If you live in Maine, let me know. Let me know in the chat where you're living at, because I would love to understand what my audience is, where my audience is watching from. I'd love that. Let's go here.
The situation is like this, Dana Perino. Trump kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, then called the cops on him, then arrested him, arrested Maxwell, and they're like, release the files. He's like, you sure you want me to? You really sure you want me to? Fine, have at it. And they're still yelling at his people.
Right.
It's politics. She's got to go up there. She takes her lumps. They scream. I used to think we should treat men and women differently. I don't believe we should anymore. You cannot yell at a woman the same way you yell at a man. It makes you look worse. Everybody agrees with me.
I have to change my whole strategy with Jessica.
No, please keep doing that. We love that. You get an exception. But if you read the Epstein files, and the Journal's done a great job of this, Epstein got his money from 2 Jewish billionaires, Lex Wessner and Leon Black, and a little bit of money from the Jewish banking dynasty, the Rothschilds in Europe. And it looks like he's mostly just a fixer, a guy who advises. He helps people with their problems. Sometimes those problems are, you need a girl, and
or some penicillin,
or some. If you need it, he's got it.
He's a sex rabbi.
He should perform at the halftime show next year.
Yes. What do you think about this, guys? I can't believe 20% of you say it's not. Well, I believe I don't know if it's an illness. I think it's something in the brain. I don't know what you call that. A deformation, a sickness, an illness, a disease, something that's not wired. I don't know if illness is even an answer, but 20% say it's not, whatever that is. 20%. I can't believe this. I cannot believe the poll that has ran before where 5% said you would respect the PDFs. Let's go this. I want to see this. Is an attraction to kids. Let's go here. Is it demonic? This will tell. This will tell. Somebody said fake Christian. I don't know about that. I don't know who you're talking about. God bless us. Will the real pedos please stand up? There's probably a bunch in there. There's probably a bunch in the chat right now. It's okay, Daisy Duke. I got you. Donald Trump actually has been the only president that has done anything about the Epstein debacle. He's the only president that's done anything about it. And there's a lot of people right now that are getting in on what I would say the grift. The grift. And I believe this one might be one of them. You might agree with me or whatever. I don't know. But if all of these women and men in Congress people, have seen the files and the names, she's here for 2 minutes. Just rattle them off.
There was an event with several Hollywood celebrities that the Epstein group was trying to rent out a venue to do a movie showing with these Hollywood celebrities long after he was convicted and served time in prison for being a pedophile. And so when I would see this, these are names everybody knows. These are movie stars. These are media pundits. These are billionaires. It's really unbelievable, and it's shocking what has gone on here. The other thing that's shocking is that the DOJ hasn't made a single arrest of anybody else except for, save for, one accomplice.
But why doesn't she say the names? She says everybody knows them. Huh. That's a weird one, Nancy. I think she's the one that drove from South Carolina in her pajamas. Look at this. You're reading the files, watching prominent people resign for their connections because of our four brave Republicans that broke ranks. Nancy Mace just said 4 brave Republicans. Look at the names. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey, Lauren Boebert. Are they brave? Is Nancy now brave? She's proud of being in the Waffle House in the pajamas. Okay. I got you, Nancy. Just say them then. Just say the names. Why can't they do it? What is holding them back? I don't understand what is actually preventing them from saying the names. I don't get it. I can't get my head around this onto why they can't do it. But they will run to a camera and say that they've seen the names. They just can't say them. You remember the old see and say? You pull the cord, you would spin it to a pig. Pig says oink, oink. I feel like a lot of members of Congress are the see and say. They won't speak out of turn. They won't. It's a weird move. And nobody will say a damn thing about this, right? Why would they say anything about this one? If you care, Nancy Guthrie's getting all the coverage. Why isn't this getting any coverage?
Jonathan Bowley case that took place on New Year's Eve. So where we're at is on Wednesday, December 31st at around 12:28 p.m. Walker County Sheriff's Department received a call about a missing 4-year-old child. Deputies arrived on the scene along with RPS and cleared the residence around 1:02. Once they made sure that the child wasn't in the house, we immediately called for air support from Aaliyah. State canines were there as well to start the searching process. At approximately 12:55.
So this is the story of a missing 4-year-old child in Alabama. Roll Tide. Why is this story not getting the same coverage as Nancy Guthrie? Ski mask, backpack, windbreaker, gloves. Why is this not getting the coverage? Right? Let me see if I can find this other one here. Let's see. Where did I put that other little post? Oh, here we go. Here we go. They're going after this guy now. Arizona sheriff fires back at claims he's blocking info in the Nancy case. Fox News losing their mind. Daily Mail, outfit clues can help unmask Guthrie kidnapper. Distinctive backpack. You can buy the backpack at Walmart. You frickin' clowns. The windbreaker, very distinctive. You can get the Walmart backpack. It is a Walmart brand backpack, and this is breaking news? This is breaking news. Holy crap, breaking news. We got a ski mask. Breaking news, we got gloves. This is the breaking news. She has 6 fingers. She has 6 fingers. You will not convince me she doesn't have 6 fingers. I believe she has 6 fingers on her right hand. Period. I think she's an alien. But this is where we're at. We got a family that is missing in Alabama. We have an entire family missing in Alabama. Roll Tide. And this is the news. Okay. Here we go. Buckle up.
Break in a more than a week-old kidnapping case.
We arrested Juan Guerrera, who we can place at the scene through investigative techniques.
Juan Guerrera out of the hospital after a canine helped law enforcement drag him from under a house in Bay Minette Monday. Investigators say they were trying to stop the car he and his sister were in when he bailed out and ran. He's been charged with 3 counts of kidnapping, though the sheriff isn't saying what led them to those charges. Because at this hour, investigators are still searching for Aurelia Chakak, her teenage daughter Narika, and son 2-year-old Anthony. Investigators say they were taken from their home on Ben Hamilton Road in Theodore last Saturday. The Mobile County Sheriff's Office jumped into action after finding a master bedroom mattress also missing, blood throughout the home, and their cell phones left behind. Investigators say a search warrant at a home on Clearview Drive turned up this black van.
We do know that there was a black van that was involved at that residence on several occasions the morning they went missing. That's a photograph of the black van that's up there. That is being searched as we speak as well.
And Silverio Garcia is also in Metro Jail. He was arrested on February 3rd for illegal possession of a gun. Sheriff Paul Birch says he is Aurelia's boss and is also dating one of her adult daughters. So far, he's not been charged directly in this case, but Birch is hoping he and Guerrera start talking.
What we've determined thus far is all of these individuals are painters for various construction companies. There's a couple different named paint companies that they kind of go between. And so, that their connection, as we know right now, they're all painters.
Search warrants continue. This one today here at Azalea Grove Mobile Home Park. Investigators say it's where one of the suspects is said to frequent. Ultimately, they hope something leads them to find Aurelia, Narika, and Anthony.
A woman and her 2 kids are missing. And have you heard a damn thing about it? Here you go. Better photo for you. February 11th. That is 2 days ago. But yet, we're concerned about a backpack in Arizona. And look at this. Fox News. Nancy Guthrie. ICE. Let's keep going. Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie. Pam Bondi case. Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie. Guthrie. Sheriff that's a moron. Oh, Nancy Guthrie. Mechanic shooter in Canada. Is this where we're at? Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie. Nancy Guthrie. Iran. Nancy Guthrie. Somebody says you're the first I've heard of this story about the Alabama family. Thank you. I think that's a compliment. Big Mac says point made. Thank you, Big Mac. Let me give you that, Big Mac.
Amen.
Thank you.
Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
God bless you, Big Mac. God bless you. I really appreciate that. You're a good person. You're a good person. There you go. Thank you. Sit on it. Okay. But that's what we're supposed to be concerned about. The Guthrie case. Okay. Huh. Man, I'm gonna make sure that I'm up to date on that. Right? I'm really concerned about some backpacks that you can buy at Walmart for $10. Right. Okay. Guys, if you don't think you're distracted by some stuff going on, rethink your life. Rethink everything in your life. I'm going to put a little link up there in the top corner of the chat. If you want to donate to the channel through Cash App, it's right up there. Appreciate you. A lot of the memberships, super chats, that all helps me fund the charities that I use. I could use a little help shipping this guitar today. I'm shipping a guitar to Nebraska. You want to see real bravery? Let's go here. Kaylee Bush, Northwest Florida.
You were looking to compete for Miss America, but then they took your Florida crown off you because you made statements about sort of transgender?
Yes, that is exactly right. I was asked to sign a contract that was different than the first one that I had agreed to because they had changed it 4 weeks after I rightly won. And so I didn't lose my crown because I broke a rule. I lost the crown because I was unwilling to rewrite the truth.
And were you super upset, obviously, when you lost your crown and then Miss Cheerleaders America reached out to you and said, hey, we will honor you?
Yes, it was heartbreaking. It was confusing. It was disappointing because Miss America has been honoring women for over 100 years, and now they can't even define what a woman is. And heartbroken. It was a lot of soul searching, but God uses all things for good, and here I am.
Well, what were the circumstances that you spoke out about this?
So by circumstances, do you mean like?
So at what point did you say that men cannot be women?
Well, immediately as soon as we were given the contract, first thing, my mom and we started raising concern about it and got on a conference call immediately with
So she refused to call a dude a woman, and they got rid of her. Right? I think it's so good that they just said, or she said, nah, I'm done. I'm not calling a dude a chick, or a chick a dude. Weird, huh? Weird move. But now she's going to be victimized. She will be the bad person in this whole story. She's obviously evil.
The corrupt Attorney General, Keith Ellison in Minnesota, issued an edict unlawfully requiring all jails and prisons in the state to shield, harbor, and conceal criminally illegal aliens from ICE. And so with this agreement, those jails and those prisons are no longer going to obey the unlawful edict issued by Keith Ellison. Instead, they're going to follow federal law, the supreme law of the land, and hand over those criminally illegal aliens. But let's just take a moment to celebrate the fact that because of President Trump, because of ICE, because of Border Patrol, thousands of pedophiles, rapists, gangbangers, killers, murderers, the true most violent people on the planet have been removed from the state of Minnesota. Kids are safer, families are safer, communities are safer. There's a reason why murder in this country is the lowest rate on record. There's a reason why we have seen the largest ever reduction in violent crime. It's because President Trump has unleashed federal law enforcement, including ICE, including Border Patrol, to find, identify, remove, or incarcerate the drivers of violent crime in this country. And now thousands of lives are being saved as a result.
I think this is amazing. Man, I'm really learning more and more about how programmed people are. 3% of people use the pronouns that people want. Wow. I am stunned by how many people play the game. I am stunned by how many people are playing the game that the Democrats created.
Exactly. So, and you think about married women, like we were talking about during the break, who if they change their last name when they get married,
couldn't even
gonna
decide what a woman
Let me finish my
was.
point. Let me have the professional.
I'm glad to hear their concerns.
Now we're talking about this is ridiculous. Let me have the professional courtesy to finish my point.
Stay on the point.
Yeah,
Thank you.
please. Thank you. Anyway, exactly. So, and you think about
So now they know what a woman is. Democrats now know what a woman is, right? Did you see this one? Did this get covered anywhere? A woman has set fire to a Kansas City warehouse because she thought somebody told her that it was being sold to DHS to be used as a housing facility for criminal migrants. Watch this woman. She literally set fire to a warehouse because she thought it was being sold to be a detention center. Wow. Look at this. Can you believe this? Guam, $5.21 a gallon. What's up, Guamanians? I can't believe this. These are the people that are telling you to use their pronouns. Use my pronouns or I'll burn your factory down. You're supposed to believe the people that are throwing rubber dildos at people. Law enforcement. You're supposed to believe them. Here's some science for you. A dog gets more information from sniffing another dog's butt than a human does watching CNN. Wrong? Very interesting. Do you use people's pronouns? 3% of you are playing the game. 3% of you are playing the game as they trained you. They have trained you. You're a good little lapdog for using they, them, blah, blah, blah. You're a good little lapdog.
They always argue the media is biased against them and doesn't cover them fairly, even though we cover them, I think, fairly and accurately. You want the focus to be on the subject matter and not on you personally as a reporter. And so I always try to, keep that distance. And
Right. You're a good little lapdog if you believe anything CNN says or this whole pronoun game. Good for you. You've been trained. Good boy. Good boy. You know what I give my dogs whenever they do the tricks? I give them a treat. You're a good boy for doing the tricks. You're a good boy.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
Think of the children.
Think of the children. Won't somebody please?
Just think of the children. You don't want to upset anyone, right? You don't want to upset anyone. Don't hurt their feelings. It will come back on you. You will regret hurting anyone's feelings. Right? It's like the story here. Trump defends Lion King Obama monkey meme when asked by a reporter if he fired the staffer. He's like, nah, I ain't fired nobody. And if you didn't see the meme, it's brilliant. It's beautiful. Let's see if I can play this.
President, have you fired or disciplined that staffer who posted the video from your account that included the Obamas?
No, I haven't. That was a video on, as you know, voter fraud, and fairly long video, and they had a little piece and had to do with the Lion King. It's been very well, it's been shown all over the place long before that was posted. But that was a very strong, and I'm sure you saw it, a very strong piece on voter fraud. And the piece that you're talking about was all over the place many times, I believe for years.
There we go. Oh, here we go. Bigotry at its best. McQuell Wells? Perfect. McQuell. Goodbye, bigot or liar. We're all bigots on this channel. We're all conservatives, Christians, right? So why would you come into the chat and hang around with a bunch of bigots, to quote is it Salty Cracker that says, "Hello, bigots"? I think that's what he says. Right? I love this. Just let it ride. If you haven't seen the meme, let me go ahead and see if I can play the meme here. Tim Scott was very upset. Tim Scott was very upset. I'm glad Tim Scott got married to throw us off the trail. He tried to throw us off the trail, didn't he? There's the part of the clip that really got all the interest. Tim Scott got married. He threw us off the trail. None of us will really expect it. Right? Interesting. A lot of people like Tim Scott. A lot of people trust Tim Scott. Salty is legion. Salty Cracker is amazing. Absolutely amazing. That's one of the channels that I really watch. Let's you want to see something interesting? Let me show you. It's not anything to do with Nancy Guthrie. I'll tell you that. Nothing to do with Nancy Guthrie. I could care less about Nancy Guthrie with an entire family in Alabama goes missing. You're not going to make me care about that one. Here you go. Fastest growing religion in each state in America. Which state do you live in? The little green moon with the star is Islam. The squiggly drawing here, it looks like number 30, Hinduism. The star is Judaism. Notice Christianity is not growing in the United States. Christianity is not growing. What state is religion growing the fastest for you? Alaska and Hawaii, Buddhism. California, Buddhism. Oregon, Buddhism. Washington State, Buddhism. Montana, Buddhism. Show me the booty. Hindu in Nevada, Utah, Arizona. The Mormons are going to be pissed. When you piss off the Mormons, game on. They will double the bicycle patrols in your neighborhood. Somebody says it's not true. Go to the Pew Research. Go do your own research. This is crazy. This is what's wrong right now with what's happening in America. This is bad news, guys. Bad news when religion is growing like this. We're a Christian culture, right? Christian culture? That's what I thought. I really thought that. But it looks like we're being invaded. Is this guy part of the reason for the invasion problem? Zohran Mamdani's tax the rich agenda runs into a brick wall. Rich people are just going to leave, right? They're just going to get out. They're out of here.
We've lowered that $12 billion gap to $7 billion.
Testifying before a joint budget hearing in Albany, the mayor admitted that his team had underestimated income from Wall Street salaries and bonuses and identified $1 billion in efficiencies, but insisted that it's not nearly enough.
I believe that the wealthiest individuals and most profitable corporations should contribute a little bit more so that everyone can live lives of dignity. That's why, along with raising the corporate tax, I'm asking for a 2% raise in personal income taxes on the most affluent New Yorkers.
But the mayor's request raised more than a few eyebrows.
We can't keep raising taxes and have people fleeing.
You're talking about free busing, free childcare, so that's pretty ambitious. The state is in serious fiscal trouble as well.
I have a big concern because of your philosophy. So do you have any concern about that?
I am confident that people will continue to stay in the city. There's no doubt in my mind that what should be driving all of our politics are the needs of working people.
Even those who agreed with Mamdani had questions of their own.
All right, well, we'll grow the pie, and we need to make sure that you have your priorities in order.
Governor Kathy Hochul has ruled out tax increases. Andrew Ryan of the Citizens Budget Commission says Mamdani shouldn't need higher taxes.
Increasing taxes risks alienating and driving away businesses that create jobs and people who disproportionately pay a lot in our taxes that fund our public schools, our police, our sanitation. We need to be competitive. That's why we should hold the line on taxes.
Did you vote for Mamdani? Do you live in New York? I got one for you. Remember he promised those free grocery stores? You remember the free grocery stores that he made a promise about? You want to know how these things work? Has anybody ever been to a free grocery store? Huh? You want to check out the free grocery store? Check it out.
I just flew up to New York City to check out the first free supermarket ever here in the city, powered by Polymarket. We're going to head inside and check it out. The supermarket was a decent size and had a nice selection of options, not too many brands. They had snacks. They also had fruit and vegetables. Plenty of options. Honestly, I was quite impressed. They also have imported olive oil and anything else that you need. They also have this great pasta, which I snatched real quick, and obviously all the core essentials that you would need. Hey, for those of you that have love in your life, unlike myself, you're going to want to get some free Valentine's flowers. There was a sizable line when we left, so if you're in the West Village, come check it out.
West Village, go check out the free grocery store. Right? Go get me some free groceries. That's what I'm talking about. I need some free groceries. Who's paying for this? Who is paying for this? Somebody says you got to go back and yell at the people waiting in line for being poor. Oh my God. Who is, I'll tell you who's paying for this. Poly Market is paying for this. See the name of the store up there, Poly Market? That's who's paying for this. You give people stuff. Somebody says, I want some. I would love some chitlins. I would like I'm a big chitlin fan. I love chitlins. If you know what chitlins are, you grew up like I did. Country. You grew up country. Anybody for some chitlins today? We've got to get this SAVE Act passed. We've got to get Democrats to understand that this is the only way that they remain relevant. If a Democrat passes, I bet there's no free bacon or pork in there. Probably not. Probably not. No bacon in there. I'll take bacon on aisle 2, right? Here we go. Let's here, I'll show it to you again. Here's another story. New York gets its first free grocery store, but it's not what Mamdani had in mind. Look at this. For the people waiting in line for free stuff, they've got some really expensive looking jackets on. I mean, they're wearing some nice jackets. North Face. You like that? First free grocery store. They have guards outside, or they look like thugs, actually. Wonder if you have to show ID there. Wonder if you have to show ID to get that. Huh? That guy looks Chinese. That guy looks Korean. Wonder if they have bananas and rice. Anybody going shopping? Did you vote for Mamdani? 2% say yes. Is this what you voted for? If you're a Mamdani voter, is that what you wanted? Free groceries. Free for one person is a tax for someone else. That's just what I'll say. And I'd love for somebody to prove me wrong on that one. I'd love for you to prove me wrong on this one. SAVE Act just hit 49 co-sponsors. GOP now just one vote away from the 50 vote threshold with the standing filibuster. I don't know if we're going to get there. We're now at 49. Mike Lee, great state of Utah, is pushing this. Gary 7, quit spamming the chat. Let's do this. We'll just put you in timeout for spamming lobster tails. You can only do that so much, right? It's cute the first time. There we go. Let's do this. How about this? Let's take some phone calls in here this morning. Love to get an understanding. If anybody's at the free grocery store, let me know. I would love to place an order for some free lobster tails. What does this say? Hey, Ben, Freedom Angel Year. I cracked up today when I got home. Benny J was on live. Out of his mouth, heard him say boom shakalaka twice during the show. Benny Johnson said boom shakalaka?
Look at this video.
Benny Johnson said boom shakalaka. Is that a shout out? Wow. Okay. You know, I'm okay with Benny Johnson using the boom shakalaka, I guess. Do y'all care if Benny Johnson uses my boom shakalaka? Huh. I don't know if I should be flattered or what. I mean, Benny was fired from BuzzFeed for 26 counts of plagiarism. Why wouldn't he plagiarize something here? Oh, food bank. It's called a food bank. Oh, okay. Let's go here. Let's take some calls. 615-475-7864. Lines are open. Feel free. Feel free. Let me know what you're thinking here. Let's go here. Let's see. Where are you calling from? Line 2. What you got, line 2?
Good morning, Ben. My name's Greg in Ohio. I put a chat in the Rumble chat, but apparently you didn't catch it. That Travis Juror, the FBI raided him, I think, yesterday. He's going to prison for a long time. Tommy Boy did a big piece on it yesterday, so if you want to go catch that.
I
just thought you'd like to know that.
I text message back and forth with Tommy almost daily.
Oh, okay. You knew about it.
Yes, sir. I sure did. But thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Great call. There we go. Lines are open. That's a great story to hear that guy, he called into our show with his last phone call and started swearing at us here on the show. It was pretty funny. I recorded it. Benny gets hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars for doing puff pieces. Man, send me some. Send me some money. I'd love to do a puff piece. Let's go. Wheelchair Cowboy. Haven't talked in a while. What you got, Greg?
Hey, man. Boom, shakalaka.
Good morning.
Part of my daily routine.
You got to speak up. I can barely hear you. You got to speak up.
Boom, shakalaka is part of my daily vocabulary, man.
Thank you very much, Greg. I appreciate you, brother. God bless you.
God bless you, brother.
Take care, Greg. Be safe. That's Greg down in, I think, Morrilton, Georgia, I think is where he's from. It's because of the liberal invasion in Montana that Buddhism is growing. Most natives like me are conservative Christians. Great comment. Get through some of these super chats here. Maybe News is trying to say the quiet part out loud. Goes back to the seditious 6. Could be. Could very well be going back to seditious 6. PDFs are recognized as a disorder. Okay. Only Prados signed with Prados, not trolls. Let's go here. What do you got? Line 3.
Hello, how are you? This is Tracy from up north.
Okay. Good morning.
You was talking about Q and stuff like that. Have you watched Trump's 2017 inauguration speech?
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah, absolutely.
Where he said he was going to give the power back to the people, and the 5 branches of military walked down behind him.
Okay.
And then turned around and walked back. I don't know, but
you don't know what?
I don't know exactly what that represented, but he's given it back to the military from what I understand.
You think the military is in charge right now?
Yes, I do. I think they have been.
Can the military pass the SAVE Act?
No.
Well, then I don't think they're in charge.
Okay.
I mean, can the military pass laws in Congress?
No.
Can the military decide court cases, guilty or not guilty?
No.
Can the military, hold on, can the military control who gets voter ID?
No.
Well, then how can you say the military's in charge?
How would you put it?
I would put it as crickets. I don't think you have an answer.
Okay.
I mean, you provide an example, but I don't think you're providing an answer. I don't think the military is in charge. I think Donald Trump is in charge. And the military works for the president.
Exactly. You're correct there.
But you said the military was in charge.
When he declares martial law, which I believe he will, then the military is going to take over. I think they're working together.
If martial law is declared, who's in charge?
The military.
Who's in charge of the military if martial laws?
Trump.
Oh, so so even if he institutes martial law, President Trump is still the president?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Sounds like Trump's in charge. God bless you. I love the Q stuff. I love the Q stuff. Okay. Let's go, Chris, Arkansas.
Yeah, hey man, as far as it's concerning these pedophiles, man, hey, the only respect we should give them is a tall tree and a short piece of rope. And hey, I think we do have the opportunity to flip Susan Collins to the SAVE Act. And I'll tell you who else I think we could possibly flip to the SAVE Act, and that's John Fetterman.
He already said he would vote for it.
And then Tina Peters, man, that's been something that's been in my craw for a long time. Okay, if she's a witness to a
that's a state
thing. Yes, but if she's a witness to a federal crime, voter fraud, why can the U.S. Marshals not go in, take her into custody, and put her in witness protection for her testimony against a federal crime?
Chris, I don't work in law. I'm not a lawyer. I can reach out and ask my buddy Andrew Branca about that. Maybe I'll bring Andrew back on the show to discuss that. But I don't know. I don't have that answer. But right now, the only thing that's keeping Tina Peters in prison, God bless her, is the state of Colorado. That's the only thing.
Yes. Yes, but I was just trying to think outside the box of how we could go in with a federal crime witness and take her into witness protection and get her out that way.
There's a lot of what ifs. I just don't know if that's I just don't know if that's doable right now. But I appreciate you calling. Thank you, Chris. I would love to see Tina Peters freed. A poll in the chat. Will Trump institute martial law? Will Trump institute martial law? A lot of people are saying yes. 55% think that he will institute martial law or the Insurrection Act. Let me ask you this. If he does, there will be curfews. Are you prepared to be locked in your home at, let's say, dark? Are you prepared to be locked into your house at dark? Press 1 for yes, 2 for no. It is not going to be insurrection and martial law in certain areas. It will be nationwide. Are you prepared to be locked in your home at dark? See, we've already got some people saying, I don't do curfews. Somebody says not nationwide. If you don't do it nationwide, let's say you only do it in Minneapolis. The people in Minneapolis will leave and go to your city. The people in Chicago will go to your neighborhood. You have to do it nationwide. Think about that. Be careful what you wish for. You might not understand it. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. Line 2, go.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Great. Amazing.
We got it's a wonderful day. It's sunny outside, you know.
No life stories. What would you like to say?
About the Clintons, how they're going to be testifying.
Okay. What would you like to say about that?
Well, I don't think they're going to show up. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
they've already said they were. They already said they were going to come. They're going to be deposed. It's not a public deposition, but Comer said he's going to release the audio after the public deposition.
Well, I hope so. I've been planning for this arrest with the Clintons. That's supposed to be coming up too.
What kind of planning are you doing?
That basically that it's on the back channel stating that they will be arrested.
You said you were planning. What are you planning?
Nothing. I'm just planning strategy and things like that, like America's doing. And
what kind of strategy you got? What kind of strategy you got?
I'm just watching what's happening. You know, it goes back to basically, like, with the Clintons and Epstein, it also goes all the way out to Mossad.
You're going down a rabbit hole here. You just told me you were planning for the arrest. I want to know what you're planning.
I have inside stories that basically will be exposed real soon about the Clintons.
Who'd you get the inside stories from?
I get it from a couple of journalists.
If they're journalists, they're putting it out to everyone. Is that inside or outside?
No, that's on the back channel.
So they're journalists, but they don't put the stories out for the public.
No, this is a quiet.
That sounds like a diary.
Yeah.
So they write a diary and they share their diary with you.
The other thing about martial law.
I'll let you go, man. I'll let you go. Thank you for calling. If they're journalists, wouldn't they share the stories with everyone? If they're just writing stuff and not sharing it, I think that's a diary. Okay. Secret journalist. I love the secret journalist. Not very effective. Yeah. Okay. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Let's go right there. Line 2, Bobby, what you got?
Hey, using Minnesota as an example, Trump with Tom Homan has convinced the whole state and the cities to comply with ICE. Therefore, he's averting instituting martial law or anything like that. The man is smart. You cannot underestimate the tricks he has up his sleeve.
Yeah. Maybe so, man. I really hope so. I'm tired of the 4D chess type stuff. I do like the idea, but I really just want to see some stuff, I want to see it.
Yeah. All these people talk about civil war and all this stuff.
They don't.
Unless you have actually been in a war, don't ask for that. You don't know what you're getting into.
I agree. Thank you very much, Bobby. Appreciate you. God bless you.
All right.
Gary 7, martial law on the Ben Dyke Show. Ben put me in lobster prison. Ben is ex-military. Yeah, I am actually ex-military. I retired. 20 years and 14 days, 17 days, something like that. I can't remember. I retired, 12 years ago tomorrow. 12 years ago tomorrow, I retired from the United States Navy. Thank you for my service. Gary, thank you for your service. Gary 7, you're serving a real purpose in the chat. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for reminding me of you need some intelligence callers. Lawrence, maybe you're one of them. Maybe you're one of them, Lawrence. Lawrence, can you show me your war face? Let's go line 3. Bring the heat, line 3.
Yeah, hey, maybe you can clarify something for me. This is Doug in Arizona.
Doug in Arizona. I want to stop you real quick.
Okay.
I am not a journalist. I am not sure if I can clarify anything, but I will provide you with my opinion. Is that okay with you?
That's okay with me.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
I just want to establish I am not a secret journalist writing in a diary. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. My question is, I saw Mark Wayne Mullen yesterday say that the Save America Act, if passed, it would not start till 2027.
Whoa.
Is that true?
Are you serious?
Well, I replayed it twice to make sure I wasn't hearing anything different, and that's what he said. It was pretty clear. It would not actually start till 2027. By then, damage is done.
Man, would you email me that link or send it to me on X or something?
I will try to do that.
I'm not a
tech guy.
Okay. I work a day job. So it's hard for me to keep track of stuff that happens during the day because I have a full-time job. I took today off because my wife's birthday's coming up and Valentine's. So I took today off. But man,
Gotcha.
I would love to know that. That changes the game, doesn't it? It would give the Democrats the opportunity to take the House and the Senate, impeach Trump, and revoke what got passed.
Yep.
Wow.
It came from Mark Wayne Mullen, so I'm not that I trust any politician, but I'll listen to that guy.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the call.
Yep.
This is, I'm kind of disturbed. Thank you. I'm kind of disturbed about that. Wow. Huh. Where were you at when 9/11 happened? Where were you at when 9/11 happened? I put yes or no, but just let me know. It was just a way to get your attention of where you were at when 9/11 happened. Lines are open, 615-475, because the first thing I think of whenever I look back at my naval career, the one thing I remember is where I was at during 9/11. That's the one thing that bothers me, that I'll never forget. Let's go line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Hey, Ben, this is Doug.
You got to
Dave's
speak up,
not
Doug.
here, but this is Doug's brother. But
gotta-
I'm just curious.
You got to speak up.
How is that? Oh, I'm sorry. This is Doug. I'm just curious, just to go off track, why in hell is that Ilhan Omar still in our Congress in Minnesota?
Do you live in
need to know.
Minnesota?
No, I'm from actually Ohio. I'm in Ohio right now.
You live in Ohio.
But
Why
yeah.
do you think she's still there?
I have no clue, man. She married her brother. She's part of this fraud shit. It's sickening.
How would you get rid of her?
Yeah, exactly.
No, how would you do it?
I have no idea. I don't understand how she even made it in this far, except for not the Somalis to vote her ass in.
But
Just to
how
call
would
her.
you get rid of her?
Oh, I have no clue.
Okay.
They'd have to go through Congress and just boot her ass out, comb her.
All right. Thank you very much. Has no idea. Okay. Perfect. All right, man. Friday. I think some people are hitting the bottle a little early on a Friday, you know? Friday's feeling good. Friday's feeling good here today. All right, let's go. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free to call in. Let's go here. Line 3. Did you start your day off with a margarita? Sounds like you did. You can't turn the audio down. You sound not that smart. Okay. Lines are open, 615-475. Just turn the audio down in the background. Line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Hey, man, I wanted to talk about the SAVAC for a second.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
A lot of places, a lot of states already have voter ID laws in effect. So
8
it's
states
kind of a
don't.
non-issue. I'm sorry?
There's 8 states with no ID. And magically, Kamala won all 8 of those states. What do you think?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So for the rest of the country, it's a non-issue. Like we already have to show our ID to vote. So,
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Which state in America has the most electoral college votes?
I think California does.
Okay. So California has the most electoral college votes. If it has the most electoral college votes and there is no voter ID there, does that affect the electoral college and the ultimate outcome of who becomes the president?
Oh, absolutely. But what I'm saying is the argument is it's a non-argument. Like they don't have any legs to stand on with the
I just made
argument.
the argument. The whole thing
sure.
that they are concerned about is the 8 states that have 139 electoral votes. That is the argument.
Well, sure, I get that. I understand that. But for the Americans, the rest of the Americans, it's a non-issue. That's why it's an 80-20 issue.
You want me to tell you the second part of why it's an issue? Is because in a lot of the other states that have ID, a lot of those states only go by if you have a driver's license. They don't verify citizenship, because a lot of states in America, you can get a driver's license and not be an American citizen. You could be here on a work visa. You could be here on a student visa. You could be here because you built a raft out of garbage and floated here from wherever. So that's the other part of the argument.
Yeah, that's true.
So it is a starter. It is non-starter is not the answer. It is a starter. Absolutely. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Ben.
God bless you. Do not let anyone diminish voter ID. Do not allow them to diminish this. It is too important. It is too important. All right? Do not allow this to be disregarded. Let's grab a couple more calls here. And then I'm going to go to the post office and mail out a guitar. Let's go right here. Thank you for calling. Thank you for your time. Where are you calling from this morning, sir or ma'am?
I'm calling from North Georgia Mountain.
Okay. It sounds like you're in the North Georgia Mountains. Speak up.
Hang on here just a second. We'll make it better. I'm on the near peak. Okay, is that a little better?
Yes, let's go. Thank you for wasting some time. What do you got?
Right now, believe it or not, Georgia is trying to pass a law to get rid of the machines, have one-day voting with paper ballots only. That news came out last week, and it's surprising, considering what happened in Fulton County.
Do you think it will pass?
It's surprising they want to get rid of the machines.
Do you think it will pass?
I hope so.
Wait a second. Do you think it will pass? Hope is dangerous. Do you think it will pass?
Well, with all the crooks that we have in Atlanta, no.
Okay. Thank you for your call. Thank you for your call. Paper ballots is a great idea. He just said he doesn't think it'll pass. Turn on notifications for this channel. Smash that little bell so you're notified when we come out with new stuff. You have to do that. Canceling my vote with an illegal one is a civil rights violation. I like that. I like that. Somebody said, I don't think I'm better than anyone else. I'm a dumb redneck from Lower Alabama. I am a dumb redneck from Lower Alabama. I'm not better than anyone. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. Feel free. I don't know if I can deal with that one. Let's go here. Line 3. Line 3. Go right ahead.
So, second time I call. Love the show. Thank you for your service.
Where are you calling from?
Texas.
Texas. Thank you for calling. I never get compliments. Normally I just get pooped on for my opinion, but thank you for calling. What would you like to say this morning, Texas?
First of all, I want to say something that I believe that Charlie Kirk understood. After World War II, the communists did a run through the schools, and I do believe we have to win the schools back.
Okay. Yep, I agree.
Currently,
that's why they got rid of Charlie Kirk, because he was on college campuses fighting an actual enemy. And the enemy is the educators. I agree with that. What else would you like to say?
Actually, it cannot be sensible if they are 90% communist.
Most college campuses are communists. I agree with that.
So they did a run through the institutions, and the conservatives have to do the same. We are starting now with the institution of newscasting, going online, but we got to go back and get back schools, because there's a lot of things that's happening, and we are not fighting back here, and we are not fighting back
What
there.
part of Texas do you live in? What part of Texas do you live in?
El Paso, the most red part of Texas.
You live in El Paso. Where are you from originally?
Yeah. I'm Portuguese.
Portuguese. Oh, I've been to Portugal, been to Lisbon multiple times. Here's a question
Now,
for you.
Portuguese people study a lot of history, and I've seen like.
Here, I
if
got a
you study
question for
history,
you.
You know,
I got a question
Yes.
for you. Do you have children?
one on the way.
One on the way. Have you tried to run for school board where you live?
I'm the one that called you and said my kid is going to have a body cam.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
I am going to be running for school board, and I am going to be involved.
You tell me when you're running for school board. My email is going across the bottom of the screen right now. You tell me when you're running for school board, I will donate super chats for 3 or 4 shows to help fund your campaign. I guarantee you I will help you.
Thank you.
God bless you, sir. My email's at the bottom of the screen. Email me. Take care. Bless you. God bless you and your family. That's a good American. Says he's going to put a body cam on his kid to find out what the hell's really going on in school. I like that idea. Let's see here. I'm probably wrong. Okay. Ben, I have a few things to say about all the categories of personality. Virginia was selling kids to Epstein. I think so. I think you might be right there. I don't know who sent me that message, but you very well could be right. The lines are open. It is Friday the 13th. It is Don't F Around Friday is what it is. It is it's F Around and Find Out Friday. That's what it is. I don't know if I can do this. I am dreading taking this phone call. Heidi in Canada.
Hey,
Tell me
what's up?
I should not regret this phone call.
Hey, you were talking about communism. I just got back from Cuba before last night.
Why did you go to Cuba?
Well, I always leave for Cuba in the winter to get my Cuban tent because here it's like -20.
Let me ask you this. Do you support communism?
Of course not.
Well, you just did. You went and spent money in Cuba. You sound like a
Well,
hypocrite.
No. When I go there, it's very, very cheap, and it's more the airlines that make the money. Like we buy tickets. It doesn't really. The hotel, first of all, where I go, it's from Spain, so it's not Cuban owned. First of all. Second of all,
You think that? Wait
a minute.
Wait a second.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay, go.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You think the Cuban government allows a hotel to operate in Cuba without the Cuban government getting money from it?
Well, no, I never said that.
But you just said you didn't support communism.
No, but
you are
but I
supporting
don't-
communism.
Okay, but I just want to tell you something. I understand. Oh, I can't hear you anymore.
Because I'm
Hello?
speechless. You sound like a hypocrite.
No, I'm not a hypocrite, but here in Canada and Russia, also Europe. Do you hear what I'm saying? I can't hear you.
I'm listening. I am
I'm sorry.
dumbfounded.
No, it's because you're on my computer and it's lacking.
Well, I'm just going to say this. If
Okay,
you,
I just wanted actually.
I'm going to hang up. This phone call's in circles. You don't like communism. You go on vacation to a communist country and then tell me you're not supporting communism? Oh my God. If you go to Mexico, you are supporting the cartels. All the resorts are owned by cartels. Cartels bad. I'm going to go there. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? You can visit family, go for it. But don't tell yourself that you're not supporting communism when you go there. Don't gaslight yourself. Oh my God. Line 2, go right ahead.
This is Dennis from Foley, Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, Roll Tide. Anyway, I just called to speak about these people in New York who voted for this guy, Dumb Dummy. I call him right here.
Yeah.
Looks like they're finding out what they voted for without doing any research whatsoever. And so that's what communists is. They lie to you and they tell you what they're going to do for you, but they never deliver because they don't have enough money. Same thing happened when Stalin.
When's the last time you went
Russia.
to Mexico and supported the cartels?
Never been to Mexico. Done a lot of international traveling, but I've never been to Mexico.
I think
I've been
it's
to some
so
communist
funny.
countries.
Yeah.
I've been to Angola, West Africa in the 80s. They were fighting a revolution. We had people in there. The U.S. had people in there, rebel group trying to take over. It's terrible. Should have never been there, but that's where I had to make a living. So, that's where it was. But the Bolsheviks, who in Russia thought when they fought the war to defeat the czars and take over and impose communism, that Stalin would take over and that Stalin would starve and kill 50 million people.
Well, thank you for the call.
When Stalin took over, they didn't like him as good. I'll let you go. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Ben,
you,
you're my
sir.
number
God
one
bless
source
you.
for news.
God bless you.
God
Fogarty,
bless you.
Alabama. Roll damn Tide. Who are we supporting when we go to Vegas? You're supporting whoever owns those hotels, which is probably some very large organizations. Right? Somebody said there's a ton of sun in Arizona. No. Don't gaslight yourself. Don't gaslight yourself. I want to do this. Let's do this. I want to find out if anybody else is gaslighting themselves. Do you go to Mexico for vacations? Anybody go to Mexico for vacations? Vote with your wallet. You damn right. I go to Alabama for vacation because I want to send my money to people and friends and family in Alabama. Roll Tide. Heidi, I'm not taking your call again. No, I'm not. Heidi.
Family in Alabama.
Nope. Heidi, I'm not taking your call. No. I'm not doing it. Lines are open, 615-475. Feel free to call in. Love to talk to you. I'm not talking to Heidi again. No, I can't do it. Heidi, I love you, but you're delusional. Line 2, go right ahead. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Dave in Virginia.
Dave, let me ask you something, Dave.
Okay.
When's the last time you went to Mexico and stayed at a cartel-owned resort?
Never. But I did go when I was 12.
Yeah. I've been to Mexico a couple of times. Whenever I was stationed in San Diego, we used to go down to Tijuana drinking. Whenever I was stationed in El Paso at Fort Bliss, we'd go to Juarez drinking. I went on vacation one time with my wife and daughter. One time I went to Mexico and they wanted to. And we went, and I forget the name where we went. It was somewhere near Cancun. And I realized then that I would never, ever go back to Mexico.
And they
Never.
probably did too.
They
probably did
realized it too. I was miserable the whole time. What would you like to say, Dave?
Gee. Oh, I was going to tell you that when they said Epstein died in that prison, I told my wife right away. I said, so now they're going to tell you that a multi-billionaire just died in the prison. I said, no, he had money hidden somewhere else that nobody knew about, and he was gone.
Let me ask you this. I think I've heard that he might have been part of this whole Bitcoin thing. Now I'm seeing Bitcoins dropping. Do you know anything about that? Or I mean, I don't know much about Bitcoin, so I don't know.
No, me neither. I don't either. No.
Okay. Wow. Well, I appreciate you calling, sir. Thank you for calling, Dave.
Yep, glad to
I
talk to
think
you.
I've got it right here. Dave's not here anymore.
Who is it?
It's me, Dave. Open up, man. I got the stuff.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here. Somebody says I would go on cruise ships. I'll never go on a cruise ship. I was in the Navy for 20 years. Cameras were off conveniently. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see here. 3% of you go to Mexico for vacations. Okay. I can't. Oh man, Mexico's got awesome surf. Go for it. Horse Shack is still alive. That was a great show. Great show. Welcome back, Cotter. Right, great show. Yeah, Heidi confused me. She doesn't think she's supporting a communist government by going to a country that has a communist government. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's see here. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free. Let's go. Where are you calling from this morning?
It's me again from El Paso, Texas.
Nope. I already took one call from you, man. I don't do multiple phone calls. It would be like we were developing a relationship. I can't develop relationships. I appreciate you calling them. I take one call from each person. No, I would feel awkward if I took more than one call from the same person. I think I only talk to my wife once or twice a day on the phone. Right. I'm proud. Bigot. Happy to be here, Ben. No Heya. Thank you for all the bigots in the chat. Line 2, go right ahead.
Hi, Ben. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Vermont, Bernie Sanders land.
Oh, I'm sure you're a Bernie voter.
Oh, no, never. But anyways, about 5 years ago, I had contacted the lieutenant governor at that time and asked him why all the invasion of illegal immigrants that they were taking in. And because I knew they were voting. Well, I suspected that they were voting. And he said, well, no, they're not voting. And I said, yes, they are. I know they are because people have said that they're voting. And he said, well, they vote because it helps them with decisions because of the way they live that would help them out in a better way.
Yeah, they're voting for their own free stuff. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, I verified that. I called the attorney general and I called the governor. And of course, you never get through we have a rhino governor.
Yeah.
And so, but I was called every name in the book for years that it wasn't happening. And I got called names. And
what's your point this morning? What's the point this morning? What would you like to say?
Well, just that it is true that they have been voting. I mean, this just hasn't happened like a year from now. It's been happening 4 years, and
we all know
that. Right, but a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? They just. Well, I have friends in Massachusetts. Of course, they're Democrat, and they're like, "Well, that doesn't happen," and I'm like, "Yeah, it does," and some I don't speak to now, but
so Democrats don't know it is happening, or they ignore that it's happening.
Well, they say it doesn't happen.
Right.
They say it doesn't happen,
well,
and
I
have a
appreciate
sympathy for them. All right. Well, you have a good day. Love your show.
Thank you very much. Keep calling them retards. They are for ignoring the truth. Thank you. They are. They're retards. If you ignore the truth, you're retarded. Line 2. Line 2 hung up. Vindication is what she wants. Bigfoot is watching the show at my house. Joe. Bigfoot's in there. Wow. Okay. Subs take a special kind of self-control. Spam in a can. Gary 7. Submarines was one of the greatest things I ever did in my life. I loved every day of it. I was text messaging with a friend of mine last night for probably 3 hours about submarines. At least 3 hours. Somebody said, Heidi just sent you a message. Cool. Let's go here. I got some emails to get through here. While I'm doing that, I'm going to put up this at the top right. Where did I do with that? What did I do with it? Right there. Let's see here. I want to put something else up here real quick while I'm doing this. Let's go there. Turn on Navy ship into a cruise ship. Why? Why would you do that? Nuclear reactor. No thanks. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Asphalt Man, if it's a true friend, it's easy to do. Man, no kidding, dude. I was text messaging this guy for 3 hours last night. I'll tell you what I'm doing today. He's such a good friend. I'm sending him one of my spare Rush Limbaugh mugs. That's how good of a friend this guy is. Let's go here. Line 2. What do you got, line 2?
If you had to pick one, who are you going to give your money to, Mexico or Israel?
Israel all day.
All right.
What about you? What about you? Would you rather give your money to Mexico? It's all getting sent there already. I'd give my money to Israel all day. You know why? Binary choice in the Middle East. Binary choice in the Middle East. People that are trained to only fly planes, not land them, or cartels to the south of us. I wish that guy would call back. I would have loved to have heard his opinion. I'm easy about giving my opinion. I don't see Mexico bombing. No, they're doing it very quietly with fentanyl into your cities. They're much sneakier. They're putting fentanyl into the streets, destroying America from within, killing children. That's what they're doing. Let's go here. Eunice. What you got, Eunice?
Hey, Ben, I'm just going to switch the subject here a little bit.
Sure, what you got?
I just want to, if that's all right with you.
Go for it.
I just want to remind people not to forget our ICE agents. And I haven't been around much lately. Actually, I just came back from Portland.
Oh, wow.
And my fiance, he is an ICE agent. And he was beaten pretty badly.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. God bless him. I hope he's better.
He's on the mend. And I just want everybody to, pray for them. And they're doing a good job. And as far as Mondani, I mean, I can only do so much. I mean, I do what I can. But damn it, I'm not giving up on New York. Anything that I can do to put a roadblock into him, I'm going to do.
I agree.
And I just want everybody not to give up the fight. I know people think that it's useless to call their senator or to call whoever you want to call. You might think it's useless and you don't get through, but believe me, it does help. You may not think it does, but if that's all you can do, please do it, especially now with this SAVE Act. It is so, I can't express how important it is.
I agree with you. Eunice, thank you for the call. God bless you.
Take care.
God bless your fiance, and I hope he recovers quickly and gets back to arresting Antifas. There you go. Put a poll in the chat. Who would you rather support? You got to pick one. Israel, Mexico, Iran, or Ukraine? Somebody says none. Okay. Good luck with that one. Good luck with that one. Somebody said call in, get ratioed by Ben. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to ask tough questions. Ben, was the chow in the subs galley really as good as they tell us? Yes, it freaking was. There was nothing like a good garbage can omelet. Line 3, go right ahead.
Hi, it's AJ from San Francisco.
Oh, the San Francisco treat. Good morning.
Good morning. And thank you for being. And I'd also, you had asked a question about somebody in the commented said something about turning a military ship into a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Well, I think it might be a good idea to bring a ship or two, right, and bring it up onto land and station it secure, right, and then turn it into housing, low-cost housing, and hire people to live there and check all the containers coming into the country.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the call. I don't know, man. That's a great one. Wow. That's a weird, I've never thought of that. That's an interesting dynamic right there. That is an interesting one. You want to see a submarine that I used to be stationed on? Here you go. Let's go here. Why not? It's Friday. It's Friday the 13th. It's my show. I want to see this. I haven't seen this in a while. I know all the guys in this video. I know all the people in this video. Here we go. Buckle up. You want a little peek inside of a submarine? The USS Nebraska, SSBN 739.
There are still people who would do the United States harm out there. These ships sail every day, are out there every day protecting our freedom.
Dive! The 165 officers and crew of the USS Nebraska wrestle with a never-ending paradox. They are trained to play a role in nuclear war, a war that would bring an end to the very way of life they are sworn to protect and defend.
There's 5-degree down angle. 5-degree down and conditions on the dive. I think more than just coping with it, you just learn to live with it. Everybody out here hopes, feels, believes that we will never have to do our job. But if we come down to it, we will do our job.
The men of the Nebraska eat, work, and even sleep in the shadow of nuclear weapons. Their bunks are nestled between Trident missile tubes that contain enough explosive power to wipe out Hiroshima 240 times over.
You desensitize it after a while. And after a while, it just seems like it's normal everyday work, just a job.
Now, if the president should order the Nebraska to launch its missiles, 3 keys would turn in locks like this. Those keys are on different places in the ship, and different people have them. Once that happens, it takes about 15 minutes for the missiles to activate and prepare to launch. Then the weapons officer pulls this trigger and starts the firing. Once the order comes from Washington, the Nebraska's skipper has the final say about when and if those missiles launch.
You got to understand that the reason that we're here is to protect our country from an attack. And if I think there's an attack going on, you bet. Got to do it.
Designated personnel man battle stations missile for training.
I'm just going to say this. That sound of that alarm is called the general alarm. When I hear that sound, I want to jump up and go and grab a fire hose. That's the sound that I want to. That's what I'm conditioned.
Designated personnel man battle stations missile for training without guidance with launcher simulate spinning up all missiles. That nuclear attack could come from a submarine like the USS Nebraska.
Weapons con, you have permission to fire.
Bristling with multi-megaton missiles, the Nebraska and its 17 sister ships are a legacy from the Cold War. Now that the Iron Curtain has fallen, the Navy brass is pitting the ships against enemies like Saddam Hussein.
Set condition 1SQ for training without guidance with
This is before we got Saddam.
launcher. This is the captain. This is an exercise.
Certainly, nuclear weapons worked against Saddam Hussein in the Gulf War for the threat of a gas attack, chemical attack against our troops. It's available. It can be used, and we may need everything we can get to deter some future threat.
As long as there are weapons out there that can threaten the country, and there certainly are many thousands that can, deterrence is absolutely crucial.
Each of Nebraska's 24 Trident missiles packs 10 times the punch of the nukes America dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Did you hear that? Each missile has things that are 10 times as powerful as what was dropped on Nagasaki. Shark bait, Gertrude check. Now it explains why your screen name is Shark Bait. Now it makes sense. Thank you very much, Shark Bait. You know what shark gill is? Shark teeth, horse tail, moose tail. Do you know what those were? If you know what those are, we're talking the same language.
That's enough explosive power to wipe out every major city in Iraq and still have some left over. It's America's final solution.
There you go. There's your peek behind the submarine curtain. I don't know if any of you guys ever saw something like that, but somebody says exactly why I don't call. Feel free. You're welcome to call. I don't care who calls in. I really don't. Lines are open 615-475-7864. I got chills watching that. Wow. Okay. Man, that one got me going. Today's Friday the 3rd. I retired 12 years ago tomorrow. I can't even believe that I didn't really realize that until today. Submarine fleet numbers of 71 vessels, 53 Ohio class. I don't think there's 53 Ohio class submarines. No, there's like 12 maybe 12. Feel free to give me a call, 615-475-7864. Let's go right here. Line 2. Where are you calling from, line 2?
Hey, this is Brian from Texas.
Brian in Texas. What would you like to say, sir?
Hey, I just wanted to know if you heard the update on Mr. Travis.
Somebody called in. Actually, I was texting back and forth yesterday with Tommy. I was driving to work, and Tommy sent me some messages saying that he had been arrested right after he had called in and cussed at us on our show.
Yeah, that is true. He had his first hearing yesterday, and the government put up enough stuff that they would not let him out. They put him on a psych eval up till Tuesday, and they're asking for no bail for that scumbag.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, they also have a case of him where he was working from. He was stealing the secured badges and stealing Fahrenheit and stuff from the company. Oh, this guy's so cooked.
Wow. I don't want to wish anything bad on anyone, but just from the limited interactions I've had with him and the amount of swearing that he did to me, couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Oh, I hear that.
I appreciate you calling, Brian. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, sir. Enjoyed your show. I can't wait to watch it every day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. God bless you.
All right.
That's
Have a good
Brian
day.
down
God
in
bless.
Texas. Brian in Texas with a compliment. Not all Ohios are in service. AI says there's 71 submarines in the U.S. fleet. 53 of them are Ohio class or converts. There's not 53 Ohio class submarines. AI is wrong. And AI doesn't know crap about submarines. My son-in-law was on the U.S. Nebraska. What was his name, middle love? I was on the Nebraska, early 2000s. Probably my favorite submarine, USS Nebraska. Ben, I was trying to warn you about Tommy Boy, but you did not hear me about how he uses people. I think really? Somebody sent me a message. Tommy seems like a good dude. Tommy seems like a good dude. Somebody said that he uses people. I don't know that. I don't know that. I have no idea. I have a one-legged ex-Navy motorcycle riding buddy named Crash. Good story. Good story. What's up, Tommy? If Tommy's watching, I don't know. I try to help anybody that seems like that they're good people. My job, it's a very selfish job. Tommy derangement syndrome. I love that. Tommy is a good dude from what I can tell. Would you launch if your finger was on the button and key holding, Ben? You know, if the president gave me that order, I took an oath to support and defend the Constitution. I think that if it came to that situation, I would probably do it. Yeah, I would. I would do it. I would absolutely do it. He can STF you about Tommy. Yeah, Travis is in prison. It's so nice. I love it. Tommy's a good dude. Tommy's a solid dude. Line 2. Go right ahead.
Hey, Ben, how you doing, buddy? This is Mark.
Mark, good morning, sir. Talk to me. What would you like to say?
I don't call in much, man, but I want to wish you a happy anniversary. And thank you for your service, sir.
I never think of it as like that. But yeah, my 12-year retirement is tomorrow, man. It's crazy. The time is flying.
Hey, that's awesome. Time flies, man. Hey, I wanted to join the service, but, I made a mistake. No, I made a bad choice when I was 16 years old and I had a child.
Mm-hmm.
So Dad said, you got to man up, boy. So I went to work and been working ever since.
Good for you.
But
You sound like a good
the
dad.
military, and I respect everything that you guys do. And I would be there at a blink of an eye myself. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's necessary.
Well, I
think
you.
it's necessary in the time we live in.
You might be right. You might be right. Thank you for your. Thank you. Appreciate you calling, sir.
Yeah.
God
Thanks,
bless
man.
you. Somebody said, "What if AutoPen sent the order?" There's too many checks and balances in place for AutoPen to do that. There's way too many checks and balances, and I can't tell you some of the checks and balances are in place. Go check out a book called Blind Man's Bluff. Go read that book. Here you go. I'll put that comment in here. Blind Man's Bluff. Check out that book. The things in the book may or may not be true. They may or may not be true. Go check out the book, though. Go check that one out. Let's see here. Lines are open, 615-475. You guys aren't interested about submarine stuff. I can already tell. Don't get interested in it. It is a rabbit hole that you don't want to go down. You don't. Tasman Coins, new member. Thank you, Tasman. I collect coins. I collect a lot of coins. Robert, Old Navy sailor would go. I'd have fun. Congratulations. Turn an Old Navy ship into a cruise ship. I don't think so. No, thanks. Trina, thank you for becoming a member. 615-475-7864. Feel free. Love to talk to you. I'm off today. It's part of the reason I took today off. Wife's birthday's coming up. Valentine's. Monday's a holiday, so I got a 4-day weekend. That's why we did a little later live stream. That's why we're doing a little longer live stream. I'm probably going to do a little video a bit later out by my truck. Okay. Man, somebody's really sending me some nasty messages. Patty DeWeer, I lived subs for over 20. You were a spouse. You know exactly what's going on. You know exactly what's going on if you're a spouse. Yeah. Okay, let's go. What do I got left? What do I got left? Let's see here. My daughter has a school function I got to go to. Climatics TV. Send me a link. I'll jump on with you. Climatics TV is doing a live stream tonight. I'll jump on with you. I'd be happy to. It'd be my honor. I love that you promote book reading and recommend books. Oh, that's a good chance for me to plug this. Line 2, go right ahead, line 2.
Oh my God, I got you, Ben. I cannot believe it. That is absolutely amazing.
Good morning.
Listen, this is Gene from Maine. Good morning to you.
Gene, I've got your number saved in here. I know it's you. I've got your number saved.
Oh my God. That's a real big honor for me, sir. Believe me.
Talk to me, Gene.
Hey, I just want to tell you that I did, when I was a lot younger, I'm 71 years old. I worked on the Trident submarines at Electric Boat over in Quonset Point, Rhode Island.
Oh, you
for about
built
10
some.
years.
Yeah. You built some.
I actually built them. And they had a thing over at Groton, Connecticut, where they would have us go over in a bus and have a meal, and they would bring us for a tour on the boat and to see what we did. And unbelievable. This thing is just an amazing piece of hardware in that water, and the things it can do is just beyond belief. I did see into that room where they had the curtain, and some people didn't really like that, and I got it in a little bit of trouble, but I didn't get fired. But oh my God, it was just absolutely amazing. I was a structural welder, in about every technique that they have, and I loved what I did for while I was there, and it was just amazing. And I think there's 24 or 23 of the Ohio class. I could be wrong, but that's what I had heard.
I don't know. They haven't decommissioned any yet. I think the first one, the Ohio, was commissioned about 78, 79, but they haven't decommissioned any of the Ohio class submarines yet. But they're coming up to the time period now where they have to be refueled, and refueling is, changing the uranium in there. Mm.
Right. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, that's busy stuff there. You got to really watch it.
I appreciate you calling, man. Thank you very much, Gene. It's always.
I just got one other thing I want to say. You are really nailing it in your show,
Gene. I'm going to tell you something, Gene. You might be interested in this.
What's that?
And for everybody listening, a lot of what I do here on my channel, I try to help veterans either get service dogs, and I've started sending guitars to veterans. I've got this thing that I'm planning to raffle off to raise money for some veterans. And it's for my cause. It's a Rush Limbaugh book. Okay. It is
cool.
Wait, it is autographed by L. Rushbo.
Oh my gosh.
You ain't seen nothing yet, Gene. Gene, you ain't seen nothing yet. You've seen nothing yet. The person that gave me this went to a live show. This is the letter.
Oh man, I used to watch that. That's
this is the live show. This is the live show where they sent them their tickets.
Oh God.
March 11th, 1996. Where were you at? March 11th, 1996. They even have the train times from New Rochelle Station. And
I was in Pawtucket, Rhode Island at the time.
And the envelope where everything was in. So I'm going to raffle this off. I've been offered an insane amount of money for this.
Oh my God. Yeah, I bet. That's got to be wicked valuable.
But I would rather, and I think Rush would rather his book go to something that is going to help a cause for veterans than sitting on my shelf being dusty.
I'm damn sure you're right on that one. He would. He's that kind of guy. He was an amazing guy. I got one person away from talking to him one time. I talked to Bo Snerdley for a little bit, and I could not remember the word that I wanted to tell him. It was just like a little sentence. I just wanted to know that, I cared. I loved the show, but mostly what I said, that he was a oasis in the midst of a media desert. That's what I wanted to say.
I'm going to show you something else that somebody gave me yesterday to raffle off. Somebody gave me this knife to raffle off, right? For my cause. It is a walrus tusk handle. Walrus tusk. Damascus steel. Look at the tusk, the walrus tusk there.
Hang on a second. What I'm doing is I don't want my TV to make a sound, so I want to look at what you're showing. Give me a second here.
Yeah, it's a walrus tusk Damascus steel knife that somebody gave me to raffle off. And so I'm going to do some raffles to rate. And if I didn't, and he even told me, he's like, look, keep it if you want, but if you want to use it to raise some money for your cause, do that. So that's what I'm going to do.
Fantastic. That's amazing. That is like beauty. I have a collection of my own knives up in my room, and I that would be the accent of them all.
The other thing that somebody gave me a few months ago is a Navy Blue Jackets manual, right? When you go to boot camp, you get a Blue Jackets manual, okay? And this Blue Jackets manual is from 1918.
Oh my God. My dad and my two uncles are in the Navy.
And this has so I've contacted the family that was the sailor, was a guy by the name of Clarence Burford. 1918, he went to boot camp.
Yeah, I see it. Wow.
And I contacted the family, to offer the book back to them. They said no.
geez.
This guy, Clarence Burford, went on to become to be a judge, a very well-known judge in the state of Oklahoma, Norman, Oklahoma. And I offered the book back to him. And the one thing that's very interesting in this book is there's very little information about submarines in the book, because 1918, there were virtually no submarines in the United States Navy. But
not really. I imagine it couldn't have been.
Look at this. Back when the United States military had the old 1911 type pistols, the old Colts, this is the small arms training that they had in the book with the original, like how you could work on it.
Nice stuff, man. Oh my God, that's amazing.
So I'm going to raffle this off too.
I've got to be watching.
And this will go to a good cause, it'll go to a good cause.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate you calling in, Gene. It's a blast from the past. I love talking to you. Thank you. God bless you, Gene.
You betcha. God bless you too, sir. Push on that bill. Let's get it through.
Absolutely. God bless you. Do your research. All right. There we go. Guys, love to talk to you. Feel free to give me a call, 615-475. That's Gene in Maine. Absolute great human. Ben, I love you promote book reading and recommended books. I think all you people should read. I'd love to know what the capabilities of the USS Iowa are. You'll never know. You will never know. Let's see here. Where's the raffle? I don't know how to set it up. I'm still trying to figure out what a good price will be for the raffle, because I know I'm going to offend somebody no matter what I choose. Line 2, go right ahead.
Hey, it's Dave. I got the stuff.
Dave's not here, man. Dave's not here.
It's me, Dave. Couple of things real quick, buddy. Let me throw an idea out to you about this raffle.
Sure. I don't know. I know I'm going to offend somebody.
Hey, have you thought about maybe reaching out to a couple other, a couple other channels, a couple other people that that you trust, if we to broaden the scope, man, anything that could better help my brothers and sisters.
Well, here's my goal.
I don't want to be selfish. I mean, we're I don't be selfish. Just us. If it could draw more money for the cause,
That's a good idea. I know Doug in Exile really good. I know Neil Johnson. The whole thing is we're about to open up this veterans housing facility here where I live, right?
Yeah,
my goal is I've already partnered with a company to give me a really amazing donation to put in every one of the apartments. And I want to use the money from this to help some veterans moving in, to either give them, to help them with their service dogs, or to give them an acoustic guitar. That's my goal.
Right. That's awesome, man. And, I saw some comments when you first threw this up, and when you were asking us about what do you think would be fair. And I know I saw some comments, people are thinking, about the money. Well, I think this would be better because some people can't afford it. I understand all that. And I'm no rich guy myself.
Sure.
But I think if you could find a middle ground, that would be a decent, and people, it would be a one-time thing. Scratch up a little bit extra. Hey, you don't know how long we've been shafted. Y'all just don't know. If you're a vet,
Sure.
And something like this doesn't happen very often, man. I know, something like this doesn't happen very often. And that kind of an opportunity to help and to change their lives and, themselves. I mean, the suicide rate, I don't have to bring it up, breaks my heart, You know what I mean?
I agree.
So I was just thought, I was sitting here thinking about it, just popped in my head. I thought, well, maybe you could reach out. Maybe we could, you could not we. Well, hell yeah, by God, we could expand this out. Maybe get in to get as much in the pot as we can, brother.
I appreciate you calling.
Hey, listen, one more quick thing. I'm going to shoot you an email with a link. It's to a short. It's about a thing. There's a certain name that pops up in the video, and I'll put a little bit more in the email. But dude, it will raise your eyebrows.
Okay.
I'll just be looking for it. I'll send it to you here after a while. Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. God
Keep
bless
smiling,
you.
people. We're winning. God bless you.
We are winning. We are absolutely winning, and that's what upsets them. A lot of people aren't used to winning. I would like to call, but Ben is offended. Ben, I'm not or Heidi, I'm not offended. I don't care. I don't know. You don't want my opinion, Heidi. Science fact: a dog gets more factual information than sniffing another dog's butt than a human does from watching. Bidding on a book better than a raffle. I don't know. I've never done something like this. I am inexperienced with this, is all I got to say. Okay. Guys, gals, girls, this is the Ben Dyke Show. I am headed to the UPS store in a few minutes. I'm mailing out a guitar, not this one. It's actually boxed up over there. I'm mailing out a guitar to help a veteran in Nebraska. I'm sending a guitar out via UPS to a Marine Corps veteran in Nebraska. A lot of the super chats and memberships on the channel help me help other vets. Feel free, join the channel as a member. Turn on all notifications. Ladies, it's Valentine's Day. Coming up, ladies, it's Valentine's Day. You know what that means. You know what Valentine's Day means. Okay? Valentine's Day is big. You've got to get out and, what's that saying? Stand by your man. I think that's what it was, right? George Jones, stand by your man. Right? Stand by your man on Valentine's Day. I believe that was the phrase, the song, right? See if I can find something here. I think I had one video. Was it Tammy Wynette or George Jones that sang the song? I think it was George. I think it was George Jones. Here we go. Little reminder. I want to say a little reminder. This is a public service announcement for all the Valentine's people. Okay? Valentine's is tomorrow. Valentine's is tomorrow. All right? So, it was Tammy Wynette. I thought so too. I thought it was Tammy Wynette. I thought so too. Right? There we go. Sometimes the hedges need trimmed. Okay? It's just the way it is. But, anyway, this is, I've got one other one I want to show you real quick. I think this was a good one too that I skipped, and I should have. What brand of coffee do you drink or recommend? One Aisle Girl. The coffee I drink is the coffee from a friend of mine. He is a retired Green Beret. He started his own coffee company, and his coffee company, I'll put a link in the description, or someone will. I know they will. Here we go. Let's go. Let me see if I can find that. For the Guitar Fund, Justin Bundy. Thank you so much. The coffee company I recommend is right here. I'll put a link in the chat. Coffee. Right there. Let me play this real quick. This guy. What state is this guy from?
I heard AI is going to take everybody's jobs, but I ain't seen any AIs out there stealing catalytic converters yet.
Is he from Alabama? Is this guy from Alabama?
I heard AI is going to take everybody's jobs, But I ain't seen any AIs out there stealing catalytic converters yet.
What part of Alabama is he from? I'm going to go ahead and say Roll Tide. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This is the Ben Dyke Show. I will see you in the next one. I'm headed to the feed store, UPS store. If you see somebody driving a 50-year-old Ford pickup truck, feel free to give me a toot. You can give me a toot if you see me driving an old. Let me see if I can find a picture of my old Ford pickup truck here for you. See if I can find that. If you see somebody driving my truck and it ain't me, call the cops. If you see somebody driving this truck and it doesn't look like me, somebody stole it. Call the police. Auburn grad. Ugh. Can't even believe I said that name. Roll Tide. Take care.